We don't do any laughing here. This is a very serious channel. Picture yourself sitting in France in a village square on a sunny summer afternoon. There's a cup of coffee and a menu on the table in front. You open the menu and see that something they're selling is pain. Wait, what? Pain? If I order this, is the waiter going to tell me punch me in the face or something? Well, no, not quite. This French word of pain doesn't mean the same as the English word of pain. In fact, they aren't even pronounced the same. The French one is pronounced as pas, and it is of course the French word for bread. So don't worry, no one is going to be attacking you anytime soon if you order this. This is a little confusing to say the least. These words look identical but mean completely different things in different languages. This, however, isn't the only case of this phenomenon happening. There are many words across languages that look the same or similar but have completely different meanings, and in some cases different etymologies too. They have their own names. They are known as false cognates, though they are also sometimes referred to as false friends. Cognate is a linguistic term meaning words of similar origin and comes from the Latin cognatus, which means of common descent. And these false cognates are false because, well, that's exactly what they are. They aren't true cognates, they're false cognates. False cognates crop up in languages for a few different reasons, which result in many pairs of words sounding similar in different languages, which can often lead to confusion for speakers of different languages trying to learn another one. One reason we find false cognates in language is when two words once had the same meaning, but slowly that meaning changed over time. As I'm sure you know, many languages are related to one another, so similar words crop up in different tongues, aka true cognates or just cognates, like how the English tiger and the German tiger are spelt the same and both mean the big cat that have stripes and enjoy frosties. Sometimes, however, words can be the same in two languages and start with the same meaning, but that meaning slowly changes in one language or both over time. A great example of this is with the English word of library and the French word of librairie. The English one means a place you borrow books from, and the French one is where you go to buy books, aka a bookshop. These two words are similar in sound and spelling and only mean slightly different things. In one of those cases, you're expected to actually bring the book back. The reason these words sound so similar is because they once both meant a place containing books, and slowly changed to mean specific places with books in them over time. There's also the strange case of the word gift. In English, this means a present of some kind you give to someone, while in German, gift is their word for poison. These are two incredibly different meanings. Seriously, if someone offers you a gift in Germany, just say, no, I'm good, no thank you. Despite having such different meanings, they actually come from the same root word, with that root word meaning something like to give. This transformed into gift in English as you give someone gifts, and into meaning poison in German because you give someone poison, I guess. Before we continue, I want to say a huge thank to my most recent patrons and super thanks leavers. Say a huge thanks to new patron David Crawford and super thanks leaver Francois Lisabelle 6273. Apologize for our pronunciation there. Patreon is the best way to financially support Name Explain, and donating just $1 a month gets you ad-free videos, the chance to say what names I'll explain, an exclusive monthly newsletter, and your name at the end of these videos. All of that can be found at patreon.com/NameExplain, which will be linked down below. Conversely, if you want to just make a one-time donation, you can leave a super thanks directly in the comments section of any of my videos here on YouTube. They help out tremendously too. Thank you. Moving on, another reason as to why false cognates can come into existence is due to sounds in language changing over time. Two words in two languages with two different meanings can start life sounding very different, but slowly over the years come to sound similar. This has happened loads throughout history. We all know about the Great Vowel Shift, right? Don't make me talk about the Great Vowel Shift again. It's weird and complicated and boring, but you get the idea. Sounds change over time. Cool. Take the English soap and the Spanish sopa. The English one is the stuff you wash yourself with, and the Spanish one is the hot liquid you consume on a cold winter's night, aka soup in English. These sound pretty similar and even anagrams of one another, but of course they aren't related at all. The Spanish word for soup, sopa, comes from the Latin sopa, which actually also gave us the English word of soup too. The English soap, however, was once pronounced as sape, and only down the line changed to sound as soap. And obviously, if you're in Spain and someone offers you some sopa to wash yourself with, maybe don't take them up on that offer. Sounds a bit messy. Then there's also the German Lauf, meaning to run, and the English laugh, which means the sound you make when you find something funny. We all know what a laugh is, don't we? But we don't do any laughing here. This is a very serious channel. Similar in sound, but once again they have different meanings and origins. The German one comes from an old Germanic word meaning to move quickly, and the English one comes from inconclusive origins. But in Old English, laugh was Helahan. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but it's on the screen, you get it. It's a weird word, and this sounds nothing like the modern word of laugh. Yeah, this one changed quite a bit in sound over time. And the final reason false cognates can come into being is just because. Like, there is no reason. It's just a coincidence or a fluke. There's only so many sounds a human mouth can make, and it was inevitable that some of those sounds would be repeated in the same order in different languages to mean different things. Take the Italian bollo and the Spanish bollo. In Italian, this word means butter, while in Spanish it means donkey. Exactly the same word, different meanings, but equally delicious. Well, I imagine so anyway. I'll be honest, I've never actually eaten butter. The reason these two sound the same is just a coincidence. The Italian word for butter comes from the Latin bossolium, while the Spanish bollo comes from the Latin bollos, meaning reddish-brown in relation to the colour of a donkey. I like that little joke about never eating butter, then it got me. And finally, we have the false cognate this whole video started with, pain and pas, meaning agony in English and bread in French. There's no relation between these two words. The English pain comes from the Latin porna, meaning punishment, while the French pas comes from the other Latin word of panis, which is just their word for bread. So please do feel free to order that pas next time you're in France. I promise you won't get beaten up. Well, I can't promise that. You might make a fool of yourself and end up getting beaten up anyway, but that's on you. And finally, why don't we just highlight some other fun false cognates, because that's what you're here for, right? We have basket, which in English means something you put stuff in, while in France it means sneakers. Gymnasium, which in English means somewhere you work out and in German means high school. Gang, which means hallway in German, but in English means a group of people, often with negative connotations. And embarrassed and embarazada, which are English and Spanish respectively. The English one means to feel shame about a certain situation, and the Spanish one means to be pregnant. I could imagine the last one leading to all kinds of confusion if you were to get them mixed up. False cognates, man. Weird things, but let me know about any other interesting false cognates I might have missed out on. Also, please suggest a topic down below which we cover in next Monday's Name Explain video. It could be about literally anything, and the topic can be as niche or broad as you like. I will then choose 3 of those topics and place them in a poll for my patrons to vote on. Then the winner from the poll will be covered in next Monday's Name Explain video. You can vote in that poll, as well as enjoy many other great benefits by visiting patreon.com/nameexplain, which will be linked down below, and by donating just $1 a month. Thank you. Anyway, that's more than enough for myself, but don't forget to go follow me on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT, and don't forget to join the Facebook page Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Okay all, take care. Move that a little bit. Yeah, that's fine, let's do this. Tiger are spelt the same, boom, 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 boom. Like how the English tiger and the French German. Like how the English word tiger and... What's going on? Like how the English tiger and the French... Find false cognates in language. It would... So similar words crop up in the same... This one's not vibing. Liberally. You can quite a bit in sound over time. Cool. Why does I hold it so long there? $1 a month. Thank you. I'm going to do that again because my phone decided to get a message through, which might have vibrated across the thing, so that's annoying. Let's do that again. That's my friend Jordan. Damn you, Jordan. Jordan was the one who actually got me my little Captain Marvel, so I guess... balances out. Anyway, enjoy Frosties. That took way longer than it needed to.